as we gently. Hi, everybody. Happy
I keep
Sunday.
hearing music in my head afterwards.
I did turn down my music because I connected these while we were already having that song on, and it was like, and I was like, God, jeez. It was too much. I was like, it was a full blown rave in my ear holes. How's everybody doing this fine Sunday? How are we? I have a fan directly on my face, so it's going to dry my eyes out if I take my glasses off. It's a lot.
Yeah, all my fans are behind me, and every once in a while, like, because I have like loose hairs or whatever, it'll like tickle, and I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I have to like have mine kind of angled at me so it doesn't hit any of my microphones. So like I kind of don't have a choice. So it's like it's very much a Beyonce situation. But now with my hair up, it's just drying out my eyes. It's fine. Hi everybody. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're working on tonight. Hi Jessica. Let's do it.
Dancing with us.
Heyo.
Hello.
I love seeing you guys back again. Hello. Jamming in my chair. We do it every time. You'd think we'd be over it by now. I'm not. I'm still not. Sorry, I can't. Although I can technically with the new in-stream music that StreamYard has allowed. I could play music throughout the entirety of our sprints. I'm not going to, but I could.
Especially not. You gotta be a little aggressive when you're trying to do
What is it even? I think it's, what is it called? Feeding the Ducks. I think is my favorite one. Feeding the Ducks. I'm not gonna do that to you guys, but like there's options.
I didn't even know that they updated it.
Oh, they updated it. There's straight up background music that we can play, and it's very hypnotic. Thank you. Listen, I encourage all kinds of dance parties. So if you need to take a couple minutes and play music while we talk for a little bit, dance it out, stretch it out. Yay!
The best thing about the house that we stayed in Dallas when we had our little writing retreat was the in surround sound music system, where we could it literally had a thing where you could just plug our phone right into it and just play music in the entire house. We had dance breaks every couple of hours. We would be like, dance break, and we would just for like 5 minutes just like dance it out.
Yep. Somebody would get up randomly to like grab a drink of water and just like go like tap their phone and be like, dance break. And then every morning when we woke up, whoever woke up first would just like wait a little bit and then be like, nah, they could be awake now, and then play a song. We had a lot of dancing. That was my favorite. It made me want surround sound like in all wherever I live.
In your life, like in your whole life,
just in my life. And you know me, like there's never a time where music is not playing for me. So like it would be my ideal situation if music just followed me everywhere, like through always. That's ideal. Absolutely.
I love music, but I also enjoy silence sometimes.
Sometimes. But music. I think you say that you were waiting to see how you felt about Airfire to decide if you were continuing or not. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that you felt favorably.
Considering she's 90% through Queen of Shadows now. Yeah. It's amazing.
Finished the Titan's Curse. It's the third Percy Jackson book. I've got 80 pages left. 80 pages, you got it.
That's nothing. You got this.
Got it. Going to work on planning what I will bring in my bag for a conversation. Convention. You're going to at the end of July? Otherwise, you're really planning hard for a conversation, which I also have to do sometimes if I'm afraid I'm going to forget things, but I'm going to assume you meant convention. I did Marco Jessica this morning. She was like, inquiring minds need to know what was on in the background. I was like, it was Disturbed. It was just YouTube's Disturbed playlist. But it went weird, and then like in the trajectory of our conversations, it changed to like, what was it? Breaking Benjamin. Who sings Diary of Jane? Because I got it wrong.
Breaking Benjamin.
I said Three Doors Down originally, and she was like, that's not who it is. And I was like, fair. and And then eventually, like one of the times I was talking to her, I'm like, now it's just Hoosier. Hoosier. Hoosier? Hoosier.
Hoosier.
Hoosier, your daddy.
Hosier.
Hosier.
Hosier. I think it's Hosier.
Hosier? I don't know who the hell it was, but it was a very different vibe. I did not see it coming.
I'll always have a special place in my heart for Disturbed and Breaking Benjamin. I literally went to a summer outdoor concert and just danced in the rain to them, to Diary of Jane, drunk, dancing in the rain. It was amazing.
Sounds about right. I have not seen Disturbed, but I have seen Breaking Benjamin and Three Doors Down.
Yeah. Breaking Benjamin and Disturbed were together. They had two other bands that I don't remember enough to even know, but they were touring together like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. I love it. Con is what you meant.
We got you.
I got you.
Celebrate Recovery.
On Celebrate Recovery Step Study Stuff. We launch our CR branch this summer, and I'm part of the launch team. That's great. Which means I do all the things that help all the people do the things. That sounds like my life. I do all the things that help people do the things. It's like, yeah, I got that one. Yep. Sames.
Julie always has music in one of her earbuds, usually. Always.
The majority of the time that I'm just like on hanging out with you when we're both like co-working, you'll start talking and I'm like, music, hold on. Say it one more time. Or there's times where I can be writing, listening to music and listening to her. And she's like, I don't understand how you do that. Like, I don't know.
My brain is too neurodivergent for that.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't for me. Part we're on now called inventory is basically you take inventory of all the garbage and good stuff that's happened to you. Needless to say, it's emotionally draining. Yeah. Listen, it's a whole process, the whole self-care, self-healing process. You got to do a lot of digging through garbage. Hello. What is everybody working on? I do not like silence. My boss hates background noise, so I live with an earbud. Sounds about right. Absolutely take breaks, dance breaks, all the dance breaks. I'm going to do work on Instagram. That's fantastic. I just convinced myself to leave Canva alone because I was making like Instagram posts and different boards and aesthetics for book 1 and book 2. I was like, you got to stop. I will be working on book 3. I'm going back to drafting book 3 because I turned in on Thursday. I turned in my review pages of the internal formatting of book 2. So I don't currently have a book 2 job. So I'm going to move on to drafting book 3 again. What are you working on?
Oh, sorry. I just got a notification that there was a rare baby albino Galapagos giant tortoise born. It's a mouthful. I'm reading Strange the Dreamer.
A notification from who?
USA Today.
Oh.
This is just a Dutch jacket, but I'm reading Strange the Dreamer. I'm like almost 50%. I'm like 47% or something like that through. This is technically a reread, but I don't remember much of it at all. So this has been like, as I'm reading stuff and something happens, I'm like, oh yeah. I remember that now. But then I have never read Muse of Nightmares, so I'm rereading this so that I can read Muse of Nightmares, and then at least Julie will stop yelling at me to finish one series at least. About
that series, not about all of them, but I got extreme FOMO about the fact that she was reading Strange the Dreamer. So I started rereading it too, because I couldn't let that happen. And I've been meaning to. I've legitimately been saying I want to reread it for a very long time. And I have not prioritized it. So I am doing that. And I have like under the bed book storage where I put all my books. So I am reading my beautiful Lit Joy editions. And I am tabbing and annotating. I'm writing in the mother. Like, I don't care. It's my book and I'm never getting rid of it. So I think you passed me today. I'm hereage. Barely. I think you're a chapter ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm here. on chapter 30. So I'm almost at the halfway point.
I
can tell it's coming up on a halfway point because things are changing.
Yep. I want to read it so bad tonight, but I'm going to make myself draft. I'm not going to do that. That's why I put it back away on the shelf so that I could not be tempted. Let's see what everybody says. And then we're going to jump into our first of 2 45-minute sprints, friends. I feel so vulnerable with AirPods in because I feel like I can't hear talk taste. The taste?
No, I get it.
Okay. I usually only have one in because I typically don't wear one in this year with the piercing, but
I cannot do two.
I have been able to lately.
I cannot do two.
Ever?
No.
For like safety reasons or for
it's not only safety, but just like it's too much for my brain to have it on both sides. If I have, but I can do over the ear headphones. I don't know. But
those are way more noise canceling.
Yes, but I can only do those at certain times, like on a plane or like going to bed and listening to like sleep music or something. And then I take them off right before I go to sleep.
Oh, so I was like, that's literally all your most vulnerable times. How will you hear the intruder coming?
It's not like that. It's not that it's not about vulnerability necessarily. It's just that like it does too much to my brain if too much is happening at once.
Oh.
I can't handle it. I can't concentrate.
I'd be afraid of the boogeyman. What arc are you reading? Do tell. Have to have noise, even white noise, dead silence. I can hear everything. Yes. Absolutely that. And then it's very distracting. So I'd rather choose my noise and then I do have get distracted.
White noise when I sleep and stuff. Like I have fans going, like I have white noise. But sometimes I do like in my car, I'll go sit in my car and just complete silence. And just enjoy not hearing anything.
Never.
I want to do one of those like deprivation tanks.
How do you tolerate me on our car drives?
Because you usually turn it down when we talk. It's not like so loud that it takes over my brain. If it's low in the background, it doesn't bother me.
Just so you know, every time I have to turn it down to talk to you, I resent you. I'm just being honest. And I can do that because we're friends. But every time I have to turn off the music, I'm like, I hate this.
You don't ever have to turn it off. If you just turn it down, I'm good.
Okay. Editing a YouTube video before rereading the chapters I want to send to a critique partner. That sounds like a great goal for the night. Trying to get back into writing schedule after post-graduation motivation coma. Don't blame you. Congratulations on graduating.
Yeah.
I'm attempting to get 500 words a day for 2 weeks.
Big accomplishment.
Well, if today is day one, we're going to make sure you get to that goal. We're going to jump into a 45-minute sprint in a minute. Are you going to read the second book when you were done or just forget it again? I swear if she forgets it, I will fly to Texas, slap her upside the head, and come back home.
She won't let me.
No.
But I also am not worried about you coming to Texas and slapping me unless you drove it because you can't get on a plane. You don't have your real ID yet.
It doesn't happen until October.
I got an email from American Airlines because I have the flight scheduled, and it was like, "Do you have your real ID?" And I'm like, "Dude, I've had it for years." Hush.
I'm coming. I'm getting to Pennsylvania. I'm trying to read Strange Dreamer 5 times. I can't. Oh, I'm hoping that you're just motivated enough after finishing this book that you want to continue.
I will continue.
Channels on my Discord for Stranger Dreamer. It's so good. If there are people talking around me or radio on, I have to have my AirPods on because my mind can block out the same song while I read. There you go.
I don't usually listen to music while I read.
I do. 1,000%.
Oh, I know you do. I don't.
Chapter 1 is finally written after a long struggle. Happy to brainstorm outline chapter 2 tonight. Yay! I love that. Silence is too damn loud. Yes. Can't. And that was the day Julie and I were stopped being friends.
There's nothing that could, and some of Julie's anxiety is wondering what it would take. And she's asked me many a time, what would it take for you to just be friends with me? And I said, well, the only thing I can really think of is if you were trying to kill me, but then it'd probably be for a very valid reason. So I don't even think I would stop being friends. I would just be like, Julie, come on. Do you really want to kill me right now? Let's just put this behind us.
I could see me like coming at you in a full-fledged attack and you're like, fine, you tossed it. There's nothing.
You'd be like mid-knife into my side, and I'd be like, her feelings are valid. Like, I probably should be stabbed right now.
It's valid. I deserved this.
I definitely did something wrong.
My neurodivergent butt can't with the silence. It bugs me. Sometimes just make random noises to avoid the noises. Yeah. Silence makes me think too much. I don't want to think. Yay. That's me. I'm here. There's more than one of us. There's a lot of us.
There's a lot.
I wouldn't say a lot.
There's a few.
There's a few. I know of a few. Sometimes I have to put the AirPods during my break at work to block out the sound of children crying or my boss talking.
Children crying, that sounds so horrible.
It's freaking kids.
I have to put the AirPod in to drown out the sound of myself crying in the bathroom, but other than that, not really. I cry silently like a beast.
Literally bleeding out. Touche.
Touche.
I would never.
But the way when I said that, I was like, maybe if you were trying to kill me, and I was like, but even then, I think you'd have valid reasons. You were like, oh my God.
And I'm over here still deathly afraid that everybody that I care about is going to be like, you're too much. I'm done with you. And I, at the same time, trying to be like, Amber, you should definitely not go that far. Like it's
like,
fine.
If I'm trying to kill you, I think that would be a valid reason for you to stop being friends with me.
Fine for you to hate me if you need to. I'm glad my mind picks up songs to block out so I don't hear the sounds around me while I read. There you go. The infants wake up crying. Yeah, they do. So exciting. Yeah.
I lose myself so deep in reading that you could have a whole, you could bring a whole like marching band through my house. I would not hear it. Like, I'm lost when I'm reading. I don't hear anything.
Everything. Every single
I've had
thing.
people say like, Amber, and I'm like, what? And they're like, I said your name like 10 times. And I'm like, I'm reading. Don't talk to me.
I'm not paying attention to you. All right, we're going to burn through these comments and start our sprint, friends. Our breaks are during naps and when they wake up. Yeah. Trust me, as a prior daycare worker, I get it. Context would be helpful, though. I put my AirPods in to block out the screams. I know it's weird. I never think of anybody in the same state. That's fine. I get it. All right, friends, we are going to do a 45-minute sprint. I want to see what we can get done. We've got a 500-word goal. We've got an 80-page goal. We got some stuff to get done. Hi, baby. Let's do work.
Let's do it. Good luck, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back. Bless you, perverts.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've been doing all the sneezing, all the extra allergy meds and Flonase. It's very itchy up in here.
I read about 32 pages.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad
at all. I have not looked at my word count. I had 808 words.
Nice.
Also not bad.
Not bad at all.
I was reading Supernova. I had to use my AirPods because I got to read the book in 3 days because I did not hear anything around you.
That's
nice.
Supernova, don't I? Isn't that the last book of the Renegade series by Marissa Meyer?
I don't know what order it is, but I believe it's a part of that series. Hi, Kate. Yay for chapter 51. Look at you in the 50s. Hi, Siobhan.
Hello,
I don't know if you're still here.
If you're still here, hi. If not, bye.
That's a very niche part of our viewers here on our Sunday Sprint Squad or the Perth, Australia crew, but happy WA Day if you are. I don't know what that stands for.
I don't either.
That's okay. Jen was stopping by to get a few bonus tasks done. Nice. Love that. 74 pages read. It's fantastic.
Very nice.
141 words in, and dinner was ready. Well, you ate and you got words, which sounds fantastic. Hide by Kirsten White. Kirsten White.
Kirsten.
Doesn't look like a Kirsten. I did not know she had a book called Hide. Is that new?
I didn't.
It has to be. I don't know. 52 pages of Titan's Curse, only 27 left. Woo!
Yay!
727 words. It's fantastic. Day 1 complete. I am writing a scene about someone teaching the other how to play Connect the Dots. The newbie was betrayed. Can't just take my last line. Well, 727 is fantastic for a 500 word count day. And we still have one more 45-minute sprint. So if you're sticking around, you can get even more done. 60 pages read and showered during the first sprint. That is a productive sprint. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Fool's Gold Romance.
Switch over to Kiss Me. I don't know what that is.
It's a Fool's Gold Romance, Julie.
Obviously. I'm sorry. I don't know either. But yay for switching over. Did write-a-thon things and flailed. I did see that you shared my my host stuff on the write-a-thon accounts, and I need to go reshare that. I will do that before I start writing in the next sprint. Because you gotta love a spotlight. Then she was like, I made a mistake. Can you switch it to this fundraiser? And I was like, that's always the fundraiser I had. Was I supposed to have a different one? She was like, no, that's great. I was like, okay, good. Figured out what I'm packing in my bag for the con and how to bring a costume so I can change costumes on Saturday of the con. Since I have one, I will wear in the morning that day. Multiple costumes. I've never done a con with costumes.
No, not really. No.
I've done con.
I was like, I don't think that what is it called? Where you go and have mead. Like, what are those things called?
A Renaissance fair?
A Renaissance fair doesn't count. And I didn't really dress in costume. I just wore a Renaissance-like dress. But it wasn't even a Renaissance. It was just like...
Yeah. No, I don't think that counts.
I'm like, where you go to have mead?
You know, the mead place for the turkey legs. Literally flailing. I don't think she meant literally, but if she did and she didn't Marco me that, I'd be really pissed. Brand new adult horror debut.
Oh, nice.
Really? I didn't know that she had switched to adult.
I have one of her books. I have The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein, but I haven't read it yet.
I have had in the past her books, and I have unhauled all of her books because I was not down with her YA. What is the series? Like her popular series that's YA.
Is it the Dracula ones?
Yeah.
I don't know the name.
But not actually Dracula, like the Vlad the Impaler.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I read a couple of those. I didn't finish them. Just finished A Court of Mist and Fury for the first time. Wow. Welcome to the show.
Unfortunately, it's all downhill from here. Sorry, fine. I didn't love Aqua War. I did not love it.
No.
But I did like Aquameth, so.
I can't see myself continuing to read from them outside of maybe like the Crescent City kind of series, but then also I haven't heard great things about book 2. So I don't know.
Me neither.
But otters, there's messenger otters, and I want to love it. I just started Hyde too. It came out last week, but I read the latecomer for the first sprint. I'm digging the YA authors going adult, and I'm not mad about it. I did comments, some likes, and some hashtag work. It doesn't make any sense to anyone, but it was a lot of work. And I'm still unfortunately working on it. Trust me, if you have to do any kind of social media marketing or regular social media posting in terms of like staying current in the algorithm and growing your platforms, I get it. It sucks. It's a lot of work. I'm not sad to be out of that business because it's draining, especially when the algorithms change all the time. Going to work on Sneaky Cat during the next sprint. Yay. I'm going to make and eat dinner for the next sprint. A snack. But it's fun to make dumb scenes that get me back into things. Absolutely. You start writing however you got to start writing.
Yes, we both have.
Yes, I have. And yes, I had thoughts. A lot of thoughts.
It's a hard one to say because it's not like I can say like, ooh, I liked it.
I don't think anybody should say, ooh, loved it.
But it's I still would recommend it.
It's not an easy read. It's an uncomfortable read. I think given the amount of taboo books that are going around right now, people might be a little bit more open to it if they're already reading like those kind of taboo books. Back when we read it, people were not reading those books. I think one of my most controversial videos on my channel is a dedicated review to that book where I get so much hate because people are like, how could you say it's beautiful? I said it was beautifully written. I did not say it was beautiful. That's not what I said. It's complex, and I like that it makes you think, and it makes you, it's weird. It makes you feel a certain kind of way. And I really like it. Again, as you know what I mean, if you've read it, right? Am I just digging myself deeper? But like, you know what I mean?
I think it's worth the read. Yeah. I am not angry that I read it. I think I gave it 4 stars, I think.
I don't remember what I rated it.
But
and I have her sophomore novel, and I just have never read it yet, but I want to.
Same.
Yeah, that's a ride. If you're interested in how I feel about it, at least how I felt about it like 4 years ago, I do have a dedicated review on my channel. You can look it up. Got a little progress on step study stuff. Glad for the breather. Glad you get a breather. I am never going to an anime convention without a costume. I'm pretty sure in that situation it would be frowned upon if you did.
We've been to like book cons, not necessarily anime cons.
No. BookCon, if we showed up in like full-blown costumes like that, they'd be like, not here. That's not for this.
That's not the look here, man.
It's not the look here. Yes, it is, and I darken. Bless you. Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I think I read book 1 and 2. and then I stopped. I don't know how many there were in that series. People who have read Hide by Kirsten White say it reads like a YA, even though it's an adult. Did you find that to be true? I have not read it. I don't know. I feel like her like End I Darken was like a little bit, it was definitely like a higher YA. Like it was an older YA. Like it was not as young as a lot of YA can be. Hello, welcome. We have one more 45-minute sprint left. Put the kids to bed, order groceries, better late than never. Absolutely, Ashley, welcome. We still have a whole 45 minutes. I do have a dedicated review. It's old, which is why you probably missed it, but it is there.
And that's right after that, you made me read it.
I did. I was like, this is not living rent free in my head for the rest of my life without anybody else to talk to about it. So I'm going to need you to read this. I do that to you all the time. I was like, I read this book and it traumatized me and I'm going to need you to read it. And you're like, why would I want to do that? I'm like, I don't care if you want to do it. I'm telling you that you need to take one for the team and do it because I am not going to know this alone. Every time you do it, and every time I value and appreciate you because I don't want to live with that alone. And sometimes you need to talk to somebody about it. And it's not something that you can just randomly bring up in conversation.
The problem is, though, you will have had more time to process it. And then we talk about it. And then like 3 or 4 days later, just randomly, I'm like, I'm really confused as to why this happened. like it's still just like.
Because it does.
Like, I've stopped thinking about it, my dude. You just got to stop.
No, I get it. But it doesn't usually work the other way around. I usually make you read through things.
I don't think I've ever read anything that traumatized me in a way that I needed you to read it with me.
Is it just because you don't get traumatized by books or you just don't pick up the same kind of books I did? Because I have to believe that if you read the books that I have made you read with me, I have to believe
that you would they're just books that I wouldn't necessarily pick up myself.
But you know the books that I'm talking about. If you had read them before me, would you have made me read them?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
The most recent two, yes, probably.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. So like it's not like you wouldn't have done the same to me. It's just I happened to read it first.
You even made me read freaking that children's one that traumatized me.
Christina's Ghost. Christina's Ghost is traumatizing. Yeah.
Terrifying.
I'm not going to know that alone. I'm not going to be a 41-year-old woman terrified of a middle grade on my own. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to come along with me. Yeah, that's marketing will do that. The popular books you'll see similar titles because marketing. 100% have seen people dress up like characters for BookCon. I don't know that I have.
Can you imagine going to ALA where it's like all like librarians and you show up and like, I'm, Prince Robot from Saga.
I've been from Mistborn. I DNF'd and I Darkened. I DNF'd the Guinevere series. I want to read more of the Buffy World books, but I'm afraid to. Yeah, not everything is for everybody. Oh, Grandma is watching TV at Rate the Dead levels. I'm here. I'm reading Rise of the School for Good and Evil. Ooh, I stopped reading those.
Because I have the first 3. I've read the first 3. I bought the 4th one at a convention and had him sign it, but I haven't read it. Have they gone to 5, 6? Like, how far has it gone now?
I have no idea. I read the first 3. I have not continued after that. Okay, one book that traumatized me that I still remember from when I was like 13 is The Child Called It. I read it only once, but still vividly remember certain scenes, and it's a true story. True stories mess me up. I can't do the true stories.
That's the problem. We see these books, and now we'll both go, no thanks, and then you pick it up and go, I can't read this alone.
I'm not going to do this alone.
I said no thanks already.
Like, I already said no. I'm like, right, but then I started it, and I'm not doing this alone, so join me.
And as much as I'll say, you're not doing this to me again, Julie, I still will read it for you.
You still will. And I appreciate that. And I value that in a friendship because I don't want to do it alone. But I am going to do it. It's okay if the hubby's a distraction. I guess knowing it really happened makes it, nope. I can't read the true stuff. The true stuff is terrifying to me. Nah, I'm not saying it. You see no evil, speak no evil.
That they were not great, and they were TikTok books, right? Like TikTok books.
They were TikTok books. They weren't nearly as bad as I as they could have been. Like, I'm disappointed by myself by how much I didn't hate them as much as I could have, but it's not. I'm never going to talk about them publicly. No one will ever know I read them. Have I made my entire friend group read them now? Yes. But only because I'm not doing it alone. I am very much I had to see it. I had to know it. You need to know it. We're all going to suffer together because no one should carry the burden alone. But if you split it, it gets a little lighter. And I am not afraid to traumatize my friend group. So just know that before you want in, because I'm not carrying it alone. I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
If you're not wanting to read Kirsten White for the Buffy world, Kendara Blake wrote In Every Generation, which is a Buffy sequel. I do like her writing. Kendara Blake. I didn't finish that series, but I enjoyed it to begin with. I am number 4 series. I don't think I read any of them.
Is that
I know what you're talking about,
the Divergent spinoff? Or no?
No.
Oh.
No. I am number 4.
I just know there was a person there named 4. I never read Divergent, so I don't know.
Correct. And there is a 4 spinoff book that's his POV, but this is a different series.
Got it.
There's 6 book, and a new one is a prequel to the series for So Man. I did not know that. That's what friends are for. I used to do it with my best friend when it was scary movies. Yep. Hi, Amy. You don't make me read things. I don't think you'd appreciate the things that I make other people read, Jessica. If you ever want me to, like if you're asking for an invitation to the trauma party, I'll invite you in. I'm fine with that. I will include you. I don't think you want it. So I haven't. We're all in this together, reader. Yep.
She's also we're all in this together any trauma. So like if she sees a TikTok that's traumatizing, she sends it to me without warning me.
I share it immediately.
And she's like, you have to watch this because I had to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to see that.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it is living rent free in my head. And I have to remember that I saw it, and I will 1000% blind send that to someone and be like, now we both know. I don't care. I'm not living in that alone. Just the fact that though, I'm an inconsiderate friend that shares
inconsiderate.
shares horrors.
Shut up. You're not inconsiderate. But speaking of trauma, I do take, if you guys want to keep a look at on my channel, within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to have a new series of videos where I reread V.C. Andrews' books.
So excited.
That are not Flowers in the Attic, because
I'm so excited.
Flowers in the Attic is literally probably one of her least traumatizing series, and most people don't know it. So keep a lookout for that next couple of weeks on my channel.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yes, all of Amber's links are down below. But I'm A, excited that you're going to make videos again, and B, excited that you're going to dive deep into some of like the old school, like we should not have been reading Flowers in the Attic as like a 9, 10, 12, 11, like we shouldn't have been. And we did. The majority of us did during that time. And I'm interested to see what else she has.
I definitely did. I went hard on VC. I went in hard.
It's traumatizing. It's not okay. But I'm very excited for you to go into it as an adult and break it down for us. You did traumatize me with a book spider, and I'm still mad at you for it. I'm not happy about it. TBR jar was nice to me this month. That's good.
That's great. I couldn't do a TBR jar because I'm too much of a mood reader, and I'd immediately go, I don't want to read that. And then I would not read anything because I was pissed about it.
I used to TBR jar all the time, and now I'm like, I don't have time to, I don't have as much time to read, which is kind of a lie now, but like I have to read what I want to read at this point. And yes, Amber's going to make content again.
Yes. Yay.
English teacher.
I'm glad that you agreed.
It's one of her worst books. I don't know if I want to know. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, it's not. It's terrifying.
No.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Body shivers.
Absolutely not. and I will not be going on your Instagram. Heck to the no. I live in constant fear that Siobhan's going to just randomly share some kind of like Australian ridiculous spider. She
That's
doesn't.
Like as big as a car or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She doesn't. It's all like pets and like writing and sprints and rain out windows. It's very aesthetic. It's very pleasing. It's very calming and soothing. Sometimes she's on the beach and it's just waves, and I appreciate that. But if she ever shows me some kind of like Australian ridiculous hand-sized spider, I'm out. Because I draw the line at sharing that kind of trauma with friends. That's not okay. My neighbor, when I was way too young, introduced me to B.C. Andrews, and all the books are traumatizing, so I can't wait.
They are. And they have actually on Lifetime, the reason I want to do this is because Lifetime has been doing more adaptations. And so I want to read the book and then watch the adaptation and kind of compare and then talk about how traumatic.
I think it's brilliant.
She's got so, like, I don't know what that poor woman went through in her life, but boy, did she write some trauma porn.
Yeah, but I'm very excited for it. I'm going to a writing conference Saturday, and I'm the youngest person there by 2 decades every time I go. It's fine. I'll be the fresh face. Amy, I jumped at your stories. See? No, thank you. No, I went back. No. I jumped. She had Julie's car companion beat. Listen, I never showed a spider. I just shared that I knew there was a spider in there, but I never showed anybody a spider. It's different. We're all excited. I read Alice in Wonderland for the very first time this month and was very sad and very semi-traumatized. Yep.
A lot of men, I won't say most, a lot of men were pedophiles back then, unfortunately.
Just back then, though.
A lot more that we know about.
Come sit on my lap and let me tell you a story, little man. All right, friends, we're going to jump into the second of the 45-minute sprints right after Donald's comment. Amber, did you know? What?
No, I definitely know. She wrote the entire Flowers in the Attic series, and she wrote half of the series that I'm starting with, and then he started at that half of the series. Yeah. No, I've read nearly all of them. I know. Just trust me, I know.
Yeah, I think that's a well-known fact.
Yeah.
Factoid. You got to reset the timer, my love.
Oh, sorry.
Haha, I still got to harass you about the timer. All right, friends. Have a fantastic second sprint.
Good luck, everyone. Hello again.
Oh, sweet heavens. How'd we do?
Where was I in the beginning?
I don't know where you are. Let me turn off that banner. That's obnoxious.
I'm at a total of like 60 pages, so I read another 30.
Very nice. I am at 2,137 words, and I was at 808 before, so 1,200 some.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It went well, which is nice because it had been like a week or so of being back in like book 2 world. So it's nice to dive back into book 3. Not that nice things are happening, but it's nice to be writing again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna torture everyone.
Oh, so much torture.
Yep. All I want to do is jump into bed and read Strange Dreamer.
I'm having such a good time.
Right? Right?
I'm just having the best. Look how far I am now. Like I've read.
Living your best life. Living your best life.
I haven't read an actual tome in so long. Like most of the books I've been reading have been like capped at like 300, maybe 400 pages.
Yeah.
And this one is well over 500. So.
Mm-hmm.
I
think that I think I'm reading a little bit faster than you because I remember a little bit more.
You also just, in general, read faster than I do.
Typically, but I also think in this situation, I remember a little bit more. But I'm excited that you're getting back into it and that you're enjoying it this much because then I don't think you're going to hesitate before going into the next one. Like, I think you'll be excited to keep the momentum going, which is awesome sauce. But I do want to get in bed and read. And also, my cat is getting increasingly pissed off that I'm not in bed already. She's like pulling at me, like
sit next to you while you read.
She doesn't like getting up on my desk, and she's pissed that I'm not in bed so she can get comfortable. Let's see how everybody did. Apparently has some really creepy stuff of his own.
Yeah.
So can't blame it on V.C. Andrews.
Yeah, back when I read the V.C. Andrews books, it was like probably like 95-ish when I read them. Everyone knew that there was a ghostwriter that took over, but nobody back then knew who it was. That didn't come out until like the 2000s that he was actually the writer. So I've never read anything else by him.
Got more cleaning done. Now getting bed ready for bed. You're probably not here anymore. Take care of you. Take care of you.
I don't know why, but I actually love cleaning right before bed because like everything is clean and fresh. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, thank you yesterday. Amber, it's so nice and fresh this morning. It's nice to wake up to
Yeah. About the only thing I do consistently is make my bed. Everything else can just go to hell. But
the only thing I do consistently, I actually haven't been making my bed very consistently in the last few days. But I do like clean the kitchen, wash dishes, make sure the kitchen is like done before I go to bed. And I don't have a dishwasher right now, so I have to wash all the dishes by hand.
Yeah. So. Finished Tights Curse. Read a little bit of Kiss Me while getting ready for bed. Nailed it. I've ended my weekend reading 81% of... Wow.
That is
Did you start that this weekend? Or you just got to 81% this weekend? Because if you started it this weekend and got to 81%, I'm impressed. Even though we have already determined that it's not the brick of a book I thought it was, it's still a large book.
It's still impressive. So, like, even if you didn't start that this weekend, the fact that you've gotten to 81% is still impressive. Wild. I have that one on my Kindle, and I do eventually want to read it. It's just very intimidating.
I have it on my Kindle. I think I have the Poppy War on my Kindle. And it's another one that I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get to it. But I wanted to at one point.
They had a sale, $1.99 for it one time. And I was like, I'm getting it just in case I ever want to read it.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I also was like, feel like the people that love it, and then I would want a physical copy. I don't know if the ebook is going to be the way that I want to go, but we'll see.
That's the thing, though. For $1.99, I'm willing to try, and if I love it, I could buy a physical copy of it to have on my shelf. Like, I wouldn't pay the $8 or $9 or $12, however much the normal Kindle version is, and then buy a separate copy. No. But for $1.99, I was like, now I could probably get it from my library. Technically, like I could probably find it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Got planner ready for next week. Have another video exporting. I filmed a video today, the one that you wanted me to film, but I've not put it into my computer or edited it yet. I did it yet. I did not know. Happy birthday, almost.
Yay.
Yay.
How old are you going to be? Like 23?
Yeah, pretty much. No. I think she's in the later half of her 20s, isn't she? She's got to be at least 26.
She seems very young compared to us because I feel old.
Because I am old.
I feel old.
I am old.
I'm turning 40 in November. Like, I feel old. Like, I'm already 40. Shut up.
I'm like, I'm already 40. I've been 40. Finished the first of the 4 parts of questions for the week, except for one question I don't have an answer to yet. So I'm going to relax for the evening and read. Me too. That was this morning when I finished. You made a fool of death with your beauty. I'm intrigued by the title. I have no idea what that means, but I'm intrigued. Took a phone call, so I read 59 pages that sprint. That's not bad for a phone call too.
Yeah.
Hello. 35 pages down. Started again by J.L. Seegers. Quick novella, only 126 pages, and I wanted to finish tonight. You got that.
Sometimes novellas are really good for the
35,
story.
but 23, sure. I was certain you were in your 20s. Why?
That's what they did. That's what people do to me. Like, I had a girl, we were talking about wanting kids. We're talking about wanting kids, and I was like, no, I don't ever want to have any kids. She was like,
you got plenty of time.
She was like, do you think that maybe when you're in your 30s, you'll change your mind? And I was like, I'm closing in on 40, so no, I'm not going to change my mind. She was like, you're what now? You're not 25. Sorry. And I'm like, no. She's like, how? She thought me and my brother, because he's 26. At the time, he was like 23. She thought I was only like 2 years older than him. And I'm like, we're 14 years apart, my guys. No.
I feel like I used to pass for a lot younger than I am. And then like all of my smile lines started coming in and they're like, no, you're old. And I'm like, I know.
No, people don't believe me because my chubby face has pushed out whatever wrinkles. I haven't really gotten very many wrinkles yet.
I still get them.
And I get a few, but not that many. And then I haven't had any gray hair yet. So people are like, sure, you're almost 40. Okay.
All the gray.
I was born in 82. I promised. But yeah, I've gotten it. I looked like a child until I was 30. So
yep. Yeah.
I'm not upset about it.
That's fine. I love my age and I don't mind if I look it. Had to restart it and stay focused. I'm reading F along with the audio. I'm reading. The narrator's very good. Lots and lots of
I'm reading it along with
it. Yeah. 24-hour one on Friday into Saturday. That's great. I always join the sprints in the weekend. I didn't this weekend, but I typically join anybody's sprints that I can find on the weekend, and I love that. That's what I did with Pachinko.
It's like if you could see something on sale for $1.99 and you're at least even a little bit like get it. Just get it.
Yep. I get it all the time. The chub smooths out the wrinkles. I got to chub up my face more, and I didn't think that was possible then because these are still there.
What's funny is when I used to work at a gas station when I was like 20, 21, and there was this lady that was in her 80s, and she always came in every day and bought a pack of like Virginia Slims, like the like very like old lady.
Oh yeah,
very sweet smelling cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked so good. Like she had no wrinkles. And I used to tell her like, how do you look so good? She was like, oh honey, you're not gonna have to worry about it. And I was like, why? She's like, because you're like me, the chubby cheeks. Pushes the wrinkles right out. And I'll never forget her saying that to me. She was like, "Don't worry, you're not going to get wrinkles like most women. It'll be fine."
I feel like if anything, when I smile, my chubby cheeks like push this up more into a wrinkle zone. Whatever.
It just means that
you
have spent a lot of your time smiling and laughing. Always. There's nothing wrong with that.
Always. No, I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. But friends, that is the end of our sprints for the night. We will be back next weekend, which is still not the Worldwide Write-a-thon. We have next weekend, and then the following weekend is the Worldwide Write-a-thon, which starts Saturday morning, goes through Sunday. I will have an 11 a.m. sprint on Saturday. It's already scheduled. It's down below. The donation or the fundraiser is already linked to it. The Worldwide Write-a-thon Instagram page already has their fundraisers up with a link to their Instagram fundraiser. It's already current. So 11 a.m. you can join me, Amber, Caitlin, and Katie. We will be hosting the 11 a.m. fundraiser sprint for the Worldwide Write-a-thon. Set your notifications now. And then we will still be doing our 8 p.m. Sunday night sprint, which I think is happening the exact same time as like the closing ceremonies for the Worldwide Write-a-thon. So if you want to still get work done, you can come and do our sprints. If you want to go hang out and party and celebrate, you can hang out with Jess and the gang over on the other sprint. But we will be writing still. Right? Right. That's everything going on. But all of the sprints for all of the Sundays in June are already scheduled. So you can go and check out all of those, set your notifications, check out the links down below, our Discord server down below if you want to talk to us in between. I have deep 11s and lots of gray.
See, I have this here, which looks like a wrinkle, but it's not. It's actually a scar because I'm a very clumsy person. I have one here that's a scar. I have fallen and gotten stitches in so many places in my head that look like wrinkles, but they're just scars.
I've never had a stitch.
I had a lot of stitches in the back of my head because a little boy pushed me down.
What a dick.
And I fell, and I had one of those like plastic barrettes in my hair that were popular in the 80s. And my mom didn't see that a piece of it got into my scalp and my skin grew over it.
Oh,
and she noticed it when she was brushing my hair. That there was a bump, so they had to cut it out and then stitch it back up.
Stop it.
And like had to like shave my head a little bit back here. And I had like long hair and we had to cut it and I cried for weeks.
I bet. I've decided my popping into sprints is a bookaholics form of bar hopping. This is my party. I love it. Woo! I love that. Yes. I did survive. I'm still here. Have a great week. You guys have a great week. We will see you next weekend. Can't wait to see you, hear what you've been up to, and see what we can get done. Thank you so much for joining us for another Sunday night sprint. We'll see you next weekend. Right? Bye, everybody.